Back in the lab, the synthetic shell stood on the central platform. Limbs slack, skin flawless, eyes closed. The overhead lights glinted off the carbon frame beneath her artificial flesh, a being unmarked by memory, unburdened by identity. For now. Samuel circled her slowly, moving with reverence rather than clinical detachment. The room was silent, but not still. The soul stone pulsed faintly in its chamber, casting shifting light across the floor. The heart of resurrection. He began with the neural bridge, thin silver threads binding the stone's resonance to the synthetic's dormant interface. The spinal input accepted the connection without resistance, almost as if it had been waiting. The monitors flickered to life. Low-frequency signals began to spike, building in steady, pulsing rhythms. Samuel activated the cognitive scaffold. Not full AI, never that. A hollow mind. A frame of logic and instinct. A waiting architecture. And into that frame, he began the transfer. The data from Amelia's neural maps. The echoes preserved within the soul stone. The stored emotional patterns reconstructed from every photograph, letter, and scan. Memories that weren't his. Love that once was. He watched the lines ripple across the monitor's synthetic pathways, lighting up in slow waves, as if the soul itself remembered the way home. The synthetic twitched. Her right hand flexed. Her lips parted, drawing no breath, but mimicking the act. Her eyes fluttered. Then opened. A soft glow flickered in her irises, faint, silver blue. Not human, but not cold. She looked directly at him. Not around. Not past. At him. Samuel stepped closer, breath held. "What's your name?" he whispered, not to her, but to the moment itself. She didn't answer. Of course not. He turned to the terminal and keyed in a new registry. "Lyra." "Lyra," he said aloud, voice catching. The soul stone behind him pulsed once brighter, as if acknowledging the choice. And for just a second, Samuel thought no, felt Amelia. Like she was standing behind him again. Lyra blinked. Samuel smiled faintly, eyes glassy. "Welcome back." Whether it was a welcome or a curse, only time would tell. "Lyra." There was darkness. Weightless. Endless. Then. A crack. Light bleeding into the void, thin as a needle. Noise followed, muffled, distant, like thunder rolling through water. Her body, if it could be called that, felt wrong. Heavy, stiff. Breath without breath. Heartbeat without pulse. Memories flickered, not memories she understood. A woman laughing in sunlight. A hand reaching out. A name whispered through a tear-stained smile. Samuel. The name meant something. Someone. The light grew brighter, burning against the back of her closed eyes. Her hands, she had hands, twitched without permission. A surge of something moved through her, not pain, not pleasure, just being. Then clarity. She opened her eyes. A figure stood before her. A man, tall, worn by time, shadows lining his face. His eyes were filled with something she did not have a word for. Recognition without understanding. Longing without memory. She stared at him. And somehow, impossibly, she knew. She was made for him. Or because of him. Or perhaps because of someone he had loved and lost. Fragments stirred in her mind, not thoughts, not knowledge, impressions. Warmth. Laughter. Grief like broken glass. And something deeper, stranger. A certainty. I am Lyra. Not Amelia. Not synthetic. Something, between. She blinked, trying to form words, but found none. Only breathless awareness. The man stepped closer, smiling faintly, whispering words she could not quite understand. But she knew this was the beginning. Her beginning. Whatever she was. Whoever she would become. And somewhere, deep within the crystalline lattice of her mind, the soul stone pulsed again. A heartbeat stitched from memory and machine.